I usually play like in trios or quartet or quintet, and the idea to get so many guitar players together was like two things came together. One thing was I wanted to ask a promoter if they would have my band play, and then they told me, last time there was just 60 people, could you not make something really big, you know, really that it's full house? And so on. The guy, he had seen, he was in New York, and he's seen a project with 100 guitar players. There are even bigger projects, like in South America they have 1,500 ukulele, these small little charango players. It's also possible, but I stuck to like 20 guitar players were like kind of the maximum for me, and 4 bass players and a drummer, very important, as you know. And also a conductor, because it's easier than for a conductor to lead the whole band and have the dynamics and things working how they should. And the second thing was I was teaching like 45 years in Lucerne at the jazz school. Long time. And so of course I made friends, or it's always a special relationship when you have students or so. Mostly they end in a friendship, sometimes lifelong friendships, and so it was also a nice ending of my teaching career, if you want to say. I think, looking back, there's things that you can notice. In the meantime, there's so many great guitar players. They're really super, technique is super, and musicality is great. But I think there's still a lack of great composers. I compose like with a attitude that I like to do things that was never done before, or I never heard before, and I like music that I say, oh wow, that's great, I never heard something like this. So in a way, this project that they asked me to do, to compose something for so many guitar players, was a thing that suited me. So I was in London at the time. I had what do you call it, artist in residence kind of thing for half a year, and I was still teaching at the school, going sometimes back and forward, but it was great to be able to stick to the idea. Like sometimes I'd do nothing all day, next day I'd be from 9 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night, until my arm would start to hurt, because I do hold the guitar like this, and then with the other hand I'd work with the computer. One easy thing to write or compose music for me, like the imagination or the inspiration, is come when I think of the musicians. Of course, I knew a lot of these guys that were going to play, and so it was kind of easy. I'd know, I'll write something for this guy. He's a rock guitar player, but he's really strong, and so I'd write something for him, and so it was easy to get inspired. Speciality in the whole thing is the way I play myself. Like I'd have a looper, maybe I'd loop something, and then, because I'd have to have a lot of ideas for 20 guitar players, So the way I did it, I was thinking of in sections. I would think of like the string section or the bass section or the percussionists or like different sections. So then I'd made groups like 3 or 4 guitarists. That would be the. So I'd have a lot of small little figures that would wander around the orchestra.